Imagine being able to build an app. Imagine being able to build an app.
Alrighty. Coming back to another trading upside. So basically, oops, that's what I need. Basically in a big range. We're just gonna go ahead and remove all of our indicators, or not indicators, remove our drawings. For our, just looks like we're gonna continue upside. So our goal today is to look for long entries. Let me see if it looks any different on 30-minute. So we came. Probably still only going to be looking for long entries. They're selling off now, but it's kind of what they've been doing. Like, this looks like yesterday, green, red, came back to the 50, and then just pushed back up again. I prefer it on the 5-minute. This worked out beautifully, though. Hard to trade this for, yeah, kind of hard to trade this for as a day trading position because you had the overnight here. This was first push, second push, and then here we tried to do like a third push down. Couldn't make it, so we came back up. And then we tried to retest the lows in London. They couldn't break the low, so they shifted out. This actually right here would have been a good long entry. But I was not awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. They're leaving clues here, just like they did yesterday. Like they might want to come back and retake those highs. So all we're doing is basically retesting where we came from, right? So this zone right here. Nothing I'd be too scary about. We're a long ways from the 50. This wouldn't hurt for a continuation. Come back to London VWAP. I could actually see this on the open. Come back. You have imbalances. Could spike. I don't think we'll hit the daily open, but we could. Did we hit it yesterday? Or was it daily open? I'm gonna go in here to... let me see if it'll show me previous. Where's it at? High, low, M levels, pivot points, range weekly, ADR table, daily open. Here we go. Show historical. There we go. That's what I was looking for. There, so this white line is daily open, right? So yesterday we didn't come anywhere near it. But that's because they just moved up. I think. How am I reading this? Oh yeah, this was daily open. Okay, and this was daily open the day before. The only thing is that we're moving So we have these psychological levels from Asia. Psi low, psi high. This is usually where they like to build from on Monday. What color will kind of show up? We'll try teal. So I always want to be reminding myself that where these are, because a lot of times they like to come back to these. Like if they like hear how they just shifted out, a lot of times they'll want to come back into this, usually by the end of the week. But we'll see what they do with it. We do still have a gap fill. Yesterday low. Yeah, there's also a gap sitting right here. So I'm actually going to mark this off as well. I'm pull it over pretty far. I'm thinking we have news later in the week. Put gap from Monday. I'm doing this because I'm not really interested in what New York has to offer this morning. At least not right away. So I'm gonna lock this, and this is psi levels, psi levels. We're gonna lock this one in as well, so we don't... Oh, it already is locked. Good deal. So what I like about this trading system is there's actually a lot to think about. You have your pivot points here. These are these M2 levels. The M levels are pivot points, basically. You also have your PPs, which are pivot points. It marks your daily open. And then, so what this does is this runs the 200 EMA, the 5 and the 13, and it also marks off your yesterday high, yesterday low. So they're all areas where people might be interested in taking positions. Let me unlock this. Oh no, it is unlocked. Good. Just a little too big for me. Oh, now the cat wants in. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here we are at 8:30. We're gonna watch this 50 EMA. Okay, so they're immediately selling it off. This is the 15-second over here on the left, the 1 minute in the middle, the 5 minute on the right. I'm not going to take any orders here. Still waiting for them to bring price down. What I do like is that we are seeing push 1. Technically, this could be push 2 on the 5. And then we could get maybe a push 3 to take back this imbalance here, which would also take us to last week's high. So we'll see if they actually push or not.
Hitting your goals.
Okay, so we had a stop hunt low. Red, green, now we're blue. I don't want to take any entries here at the open. Just not my thing to do. Is that music very loud or no? So right now I'm watching to see if we get anything into this wick or not. Because otherwise we might be looking at a micro 15-second W structure. I don't know why I have 2 of these. That is why. So I'm kind of looking at this thinking, this might be a W if they want to shift out and take back these imbalances upside. Was that the low? That's the question. Okay, thanks, BK. I like this red-blue on the 5, but they usually want to come back and take back this. Or not on the 5, on the 1. This is kind of an area that I'm looking for a possible entry. We'll see. Serious lag this morning. Oh, this is... Nope, they're just going to take off without us this morning. All right, so they're going to go ahead and they're going to flush this to the upside and probably retake this violet vector at least. So 25268 is on the cards. Yeah, 268 looks like it needs to be hit. We'll see if they can actually hit it or not. Okay, we're now blue. Still have 2.5 minutes left on this candle. So this vector could actually change to green on the 5. It'd be pretty wild if they immediately come back down. Wow. So a blue vector means that it's slowing down. Green is high volume, red is high volume, and then blue is like not quite a green, if you want to think of it that way. So it's like high volume, but not as high as a green. I'm trying to decide. So was that the trap? That's the question. So I don't like buys here anymore. Not that low anyway. I don't want them to come back down. Okay, so now this vector on the 5 was blue. It's now green. So we still have that high volume pushing through. A lot of times this could be green, and then we have this wick on the 1 minute, this blue vector. They'll probably want to come back and fill this wick. I think they're just taking their dear sweet time. Okay, so 15-second held the 50, 1 minute held the 50 on those wicks to the downside. So we should see that upside push, but they are getting stuck on yesterday's high right here. So maybe yesterday's high will become like a pivot point. That's what this one right here is. I'm gonna mark it with that pink dotted line. We might get one more entry for a short. No, as long as they're holding the 50 on the 1 minute, we're already holding the 50 on the 5 pretty clearly. This should just slam upside. Blue on the 15-second. I don't know. We'll watch this blue vector down here on the 1. My whole point today is just to read price. So I may not actually take a lot of trades. I'm just trying to get back in the flow of reading price out loud. It actually helps a lot when you're talking to yourself, trying to, see what the market's actually doing. Seems like it's clearer when you say it out loud than if you're just sitting there, Okay, so we already have a bottom wick on the 5. We're still early. We're gonna wait and see if we can get over yesterday's high, which is what they're trying to do right now. Again, we have imbalances all the way up to the top, so we'll see what they do. Okay, this is my entry short. What? You know what? I'm just gonna do one. There we go. I'm not interested if they start working into this blue vector wick, so we're gonna risk like 235 on this trade. So we're just looking right about 100 ticks is what we're looking to take profit on. Again, we know we have upside imbalances. We did come down. It looks like they were just picking up orders. I'm just looking for them to come back down into this wick again. There you go. So I would immediately move this to break even. So we're going to go to $20, basically. We have violet and red vector. This could come back up and sweep it. But it seems like we're rejecting yesterday's high. Again, all I'm aiming for is this blue vector on the 5. They might kick me out of this trade at break even. These imbalances like to get eaten really fast on the 15 second. So I'm actually going to move my stop here to 21 ticks. See if we can come down and take this. We're hitting the New York session VWAP, so this blue line is right here. Yep, they're going to take me out. So we found support here at the New York session VWAP. So now what we could do is break. There we go. We could actually break yesterday's high. Nope. Now we have a blue. We took back almost everything. I'm actually going to try sells again here in a second. I'm going to see if they want to come up here and wick this. In fact, I'm going to put a sell in order. I don't know why it's taking forever. It's interesting that this 1 minute candle opened with no wick to the upside. No, I don't like this. I don't like this for shorts anymore. All these wicks here are just telling me that they want to go up. And here we have another micro W structure on the 15 second. So this could have been like RW and then a retrace back down and then a shift out. So we're looking for this to actually possibly break up from here. 15 minute. See how the 15 minute looks. Okay, so we just had a close on the 15. Back at the VWAP again. Waiting for this indicator to load is like waiting for Christmas. There it goes. Okay, so green vector. So all we're going to do now is we're just going to kind of mark off this last 15 minute. Okay, we have a violet on the 15 second. They might actually come down here into this blue vector. Would not be hard for them. So shorts would have been good off of yesterday's high. We did reject that point pretty good. I don't typically have the balls to hold trades very long near the open. Okay, now we're going to come down. We should. Let's see if we can actually pick up a, like, We'll see how it acts here. I'm gonna put a buy in at the bottom of this range, basically. If it'll ever wake up. There it goes. So we'll just go with this because this is what we're watching. This blue vector on the 1 minute. Yeah, these violets. Usually you want to see violets at the lows for a bounce. This is really good whenever they actually set up like a direction. So I can go back on the 15-second. Like you'll see here. So here they sold off during London. No, it actually says 7:30 in the morning. Well, yeah, London. So you have really gappy behavior, violets, red at the lows. They want to come back into all these imbalances. So if you could catch a nice entry off the 200, you could ride it back up to the highs. And then you wouldn't have even had a reason to get out, and it just continued. Okay, we just rejected yesterday's high again. I'm not sure I like this buy. So I'm gonna actually remove it. We'll see what they do with it. That was another rejection straight off of yesterday's high. Well, they did not give me my entry for a long position. They really haven't moved from the same place they opened from, though. This could be choppy. Okay, we're gonna mark off the bottom of that 15-minute candle. Still have these imbalances upside to come back into. But we did end violet blue. This does look like it wants to come down. Might be a bit low. Stop's gonna have to be all the way up here at 315. All we're looking for really on this one, we might come back for this green vector earlier. Come back and retest last week's high. That is a possibility. This might just be chop. We'll see. We're gonna move this to break even as soon as we can. Holding it, trying to see. Nope, so can't hit it for a break even. All we're doing is chopping. There you go. Let's see if we can get a push. This 960 might be a bit too far. I want to see them take back this blue vector imbalance. Need more pushing down. Going to break even. Could get tapped out here. 13 ticks is not very far. Yep. Okay. So could this be a double bottom? I don't know. This area right here. Right now we're just sitting on the VWAP. Hey, Victoria. Damn, my voice is really kicking my butt today. This really is looking upside. We're around like a $300 stop on these, just in case. But this looks upside to me. Lots of wicks to the downside. Actually trading my top steps today. Should be fully funded with 5 by the end of the day, unless I just mess it up. There we go. There's that push I needed. So I don't want this to come back down, so we're going to take... Okay, we're looking for these upside imbalances that they failed to get previously. Come on, NASDAQ, you can do it. The only problem I have is we don't have any volume pushing this out yet. There we go. Let's see if we can actually get over yesterday's high. We are gonna kind of follow this up, because if it decides that it just wants to come down off of yesterday's high, I don't want to be in this trade anymore. This was a new 5-minute candle as well. We want to see these imbalances get taken upside. But I want to give this a chance to actually push higher, so I'm not setting a take profit. I want to see if they can take 270. Okay, now we have a green vector on the 1 minute. They like to come back into these, but the fact that we had volume pushing above yesterday's high is actually a good thing. It barely broke the high. of the session. Was that a trap? Could that have been our short entry? I'm only looking for longs. Could get messy. Trying to give it room to breathe, but yeah, okay, I'm closing out of these trades. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. Taking a single sell here with running about a $300 stop on one contract. We're gonna see how it behaves. Nope, it looks like all I did was retrace back to the 50. No, I don't like this. I don't like that trade. Nope. Oh, looks like they just rejected yesterday's high yet again. Yeah, these ranges suck. So I actually held that short on my top step. I don't know if I like it or not, so I'm going to move it to break even basically as fast as I can. Okay, I actually added to my position on top step. Still don't have any red vectors on the 15 second. Maybe we're finally going to come down here and take back this blue. I don't know. I'm not seeing imbalances upside except for up here. Let's see if they can actually break this area right here or not. Or if we bounce from the same price point. Kind of seems like it's stalling. The only thing is, I think this green vector on the 1 minute was their last push to the upside. Unless they still need to build some more shorts, but... Okay, looks like we're getting some interest again. Okay, super laggy. Trying to mark my short here, but it's really not working. Oh, there it goes. Let's see if it adds another one. Yep, sure did. So slow. That's not good. Gosh, so slow. Yeah, these ranges are brutal. Trying to decide. Now, how do I do? There we go. I'm gonna take half of it off. Oh, violet at the lows again on the 15 second. Not really ideal. They cleaned it up pretty good. Yeah, it's really sitting up like 10 ticks. This looks pretty eh. Come on, Nazi. Okay, I'm moving this to break even because it needs to flush. It needs to go. If it's gonna go, it needs to go. Otherwise, we're gonna get stuck in a horrible range. So I'm moving break even stops on everything, which is looking like it hasn't taken. No, come on, right here. Come take it. Come on. I really wanted to see them take that blue vector on the one. Come on, come down, fill your bags. 5 minute looks strong to the downside. Okay, we took one off. Now, just in case it decides to flip from this same area. Sorry, I'm running this other trade. There we go. Oh, okay, now we're getting a good flush. But now we're just coming right back down to the 50 EMA on the 5 minute. Remember we had this down here by last week's high. Yeah, we don't really want them to come back into this range again. Yeah, it looks like they might just take me right out of my trade. That's okay. So this might have been a stop hunt to the downside. So they came right back up again. Very likely that they're going to just take me out and go higher. Okay, looks like we might be finding some more sellers. We'll see what they do here on the 800. 15 second 800 is what they're tapping now. 200 on the 1 minute. 5 minute 50. I would like to see this 5 minute turn into a vector. I think we're coming down further, but it did not turn into a vector. And now we just tapped the... Okay, this looks actually... Yep, I'm out of my trades. Let's close. Close, close, close. This is really slow. Come on. There you go. Good job. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Now I'm just waiting to see what they're actually trying to do here. We still have imbalances upside. But was this just a sweep to the below? We don't know. What do we look like on the 15 minute? This is looking like we want long entries. Okay, that was a little bit faster if they actually got my entry in. So we want to see it push back over the VWAP and actually hold. Yeah, I'm going break even on all of these. I don't want to see it come back down. It might come back down and stop me out. But it's better to protect your profits than try to just catch a major run. Because this could be a short entry again off the VWAP. Come on. I hate how laggy this is. Okay, so that 1 minute is looking like weak as hell. Come on, push up, push up, push up. Gotta go up. Taking it back on the 5. See if we can get a full bullish reversal here. Notice how this 50 EMA held on the 5 minute. That's what you want to see. Try to be patient, wait for entries off of major EMAs. So basically our clue on this was this red vector on the 1 minute pushing down, which actually came all the way to the 50, but through the 200 and it ripped right back up again. They came down, tried to fill the wick with these imbalances, and that's exactly what they did. Look, wick for wick. New 5 minute candle opened, spiked down, filled the imbalances in the wick, and reversed. Now we want to go see them take those imbalances upside, but we'll see how this works. Oh yeah, here we go. So I don't want to leave this just at break even anymore. We're going to keep this below the VWAP. But we are going to lock in about $300 across the board on these. Just in case it does something fast. Like, look at these 2 green vectors to the upside. There's our 15 minute. There's yesterday's high. It's got to get over this. I don't like this. It's got to go. Go, 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 NASDAQ. Or else it's going to come right back down again. Trying to decide if I think I'm just going to take my $1,000 off on this trade. We didn't close as a vector on the 1. So this could be more like a retrace continuation. I'm gonna give it a little bit more room. Wiggle room in case it just like spikes down to reverse. We're looking for these imbalances upside that we had marked off earlier. So this would be like your manipulation sweep to the low for like people who trade ICT concepts. And notice really on the 15-second, we had a really nice W here.
It's hard to stand when we don't feel strong. But look around, we are never alone. It's hard to stand when we don't feel strong. But look around, we are never alone. Don't give up, it's not the end. This could be the best.
Okay, so I'm waiting to see if they're going to actually sweep higher. We're still sitting here at yesterday's high. No. This is just a little pullback. We're going to come back and eat all of these green vectors on the 15-second. They may come down and retest the VWAP.
Fire inside our soul that don't go out. We're beautiful people that can't quit pressing on. It's hard to stand when we don't feel strong. But look around.
See if this 1 minute can hold the 50 EMA. So basically this would be like what, a 1 to 2? Waiting to see, waiting to see. Okay, that's a double bounce off the 50 on the 1. Nope, it's gonna... Can't decide if it wants to hold the 50 or not. Okay, there's the thing. These ranges are nuts. Violet vector on the 15-second. Looking kind of weak still. Should get a push from here. There we go, get some volume incoming. Basically we had like a 1 minute bounce off the 50. Yeah, it looks like it is getting stuck though. I don't want it to break this range or I'll be out of it. Don't really like that my entry was in the middle of this range. all these wicks. And really, my entry and my stop is not in a good place. Entry was okay. Entry should have been down on the 50. I was just slow to get in. Looking like a heartbeat monitor here. So we're looking for it to kind of get a W off here. Like a nice little retrace, go back up, retest this again. Waiting, watching to see. We're just stuck on the VWAP. So we probably will get a spike down again. I'm gonna take profit, closing at like 450. Not because I think I'm not reading it right, but it's just kind of choppy, and I think this is going to be more of a see profit, take profit kind of day. See if they come down and test that 200 on the 1 minute again. That'd be about the bottom of the range. Basically now for me to get into another long position, I want to see them create red vectors on the 15 second or on the 1 minute, reds or violets. I don't really like taking trades at the VWAP. Looks like we're finding ground. We're holding it pretty well right here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything on Forex Factory. President Lagarde speaks at 11. That's like not for another 2 hours though. This is the day before FOMC meeting minutes. Nothing crazy, but anytime something says FOMC, I try to ignore that trading day. Okay, so we have our first red vector on the 15 second, pushing away. Now we have another violet coming into play. They took back that blue vector on the 15 second. We're back to the daily VWAP from what I'm seeing on the top step. Let's see if they can come down to the 200 near this M3. Needs to be fast. It's got to be fast. No, it looks like we're going to bounce right here. Taking a long. The only thing is I'm going to keep my stop on this one a little bit tighter. I don't want them to come down and manipulate back below these red vectors again on the 15 second. So I'm just looking for them to come back up to the top of the VWAP. which they may not. Yep, we got stopped out. Okay, so they're starting their move. Violet. Nothing really on the 1. Still waiting. Still waiting. No, I do like this for an entry. I just had a tight stop. Ooh, I do not like having a stop that big. See if we can actually get a push out of here back to the 50 on the 1. Oh, this stupid thing says that this is not... Okay, we're having to turn this music off. It says that this is the best of no copyright sounds. Oh, I already know Marshmallow's copyrighted. Like, come on, y'all. Really? Fuck it. No money. I mean, no music, not no money. 1 minute looking weak. That's not fun. Okay, let's see if we can come back up here and take back this red vector on the 15 second. Back to the VWAP. Maybe, maybe not. 1 minute is indecisive still. New 5 minute candle. I don't know if this looks very promising. We're back in this range area, like this midpoint. The goal is to trade the edges, either short the high, buy the low, and damn it if we didn't pick up a trade at the midpoint. So honestly, price doesn't matter. I mean, maybe not knowing, you know, I don't look at the price anyway. They're not off by much. It's only like maybe what, $10 or something like that. I don't know why there's a difference, but there's definitely a difference. But I'd trade it the same. I use the hybrid no matter what. Okay, nice red vector push to the lows, back to same area that they did with this violet and these other reds. So the good thing is this is building positions. So they like this box area. Doesn't mean they can't go lower, but hey, young. Yeah, that's not pretty. Well, I guess they want lower prices. That was hilarious. Okay, so what do? We broke the 200. We came down. Not sure I really want to buy here, but we're just a hair lower. Oh my gosh, Leo, I have another Discord open, and that's what he was playing, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't figure out where the noise is coming from, but it must be coming from dude's screen. It's like, what? What? Hmm. So red, blue on the 1. Typically that's a reversal. So I'm actually going to take, I don't know if I want to take this as a long position just yet. Figure we just kind of flush lower. There, maybe that'll hit it. Stop loss, back in the wicks. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy. They might be hunting for last week's high. Okay, 9:30, new 15-minute candle. And see if we actually reject the 50 on the 5. Testing the 5 EMA. Trying to give this thing a chance to wiggle itself up, but it does seem to be taking more time than I want to give it. So I think that those 3 hits to yesterday's high was our clue to go short. If we were going to pick up this short right here. This thing is really getting stuck. Well, let's see. They pretty much cleaned up all that blue vector on the 1. Getting a bit of a push back to this upside again. I like my entry on the 3 contracts. The red blue gave it away. It just took a little bit longer than I like to actually move out of here. Pushing back above. Let's see, we took back most of those. This was the range that we left from on the 15-second. Do I like it enough to stay in it? That's the question. Just trying to figure out if there's a way that YouTube would let me play music. Like, as long as it has, like, you know, the credit of whoever, of the artist themselves, if I would still get copyrighted or not. I don't know if you can even use it. Seems like this next 1 minute candle should give me a better idea if they're going to continue with this up move or not. This will be the last minute of that 5-minute candle. Maybe we'll pin the 50 EMA from the downside. We'll see. So another 20 seconds or so. There, it kind of rolled over. Okay, are they going to break the low again? What are we thinking? Might break the low. Yep. Coming back to last week's high. That stop might be too big for this. Oh my god. Yeah, it's dude's screen. That's freaking hilarious. I do like this down to the it looks like we took back that 5-minute green vector during London, tried to tag daily open, holding last week's high. We're going straight to break even on this. If I can figure out where all my screens are. Really? Took me out yet again. And just bounced right back up again. It's got to get some legs on it. If we're actually going to continue back. A nice long sell-off, so really we're just aiming for this violet vector. Picking up maybe 100 ticks. So one contract, I'd be up $1,500. Yeah, $1,380. Looking like it doesn't want to hold here, though. Yeah, let's just get out of that. Right here's Asian high from Friday, I think. Dang it. No, this looks long. We're gonna do tighter stop at the second leg. That way if it fails, at least it fails. There we go. Buyer stepping in. Notice that was on the start of a new 5-minute candle. It's always hard to find like a good entry on these bounces. Now the question is can we make it back to 255, 250s? I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not real happy with how we're rolling over. Yeah, we're gonna wait. Really, NASDAQ? Maybe I'm glad I closed out that trade. We're gonna try this again. would have liked this better if it had a red or violet vectors on the 15-second or the 1 minute. Interesting behavior on the 5. And the 1. Nope, looks like we were not ready. Tapping the 800 on the 1. Daily open and the 200 are right here side by side. Daily opens at 184. Man, do we go fill the gap from Monday? I don't know. I'm thinking that they're going to save that for tomorrow. What do y'all think? Do we can continue down today, or do we wait for the news tomorrow? Try this one more time. And we're really just sitting here, aren't we? Monday's initial balance. You think they'll come back to that today? Sure does look like they're working towards it. Two, 5, 1, 6, 7. I like these 3 wicks to yesterday's low on the 5 minute. feel like I've had multiple people talk about the initial balance before. Hogue talks about it on Top Step all the time. Is that the candle from that's basically what is that the first hour of trading? Is that like the 9:30 to 10:30, or is that the 9 to 9, or the what is it? The 9:30 to 10 New York time candle? Oh, looks like it might be time to roll over again. Nine 10:30. Okay. Yeah, I watch Asia High and Asia Low a lot. I like those a lot. We don't typically always come back to those. We'll usually bounce off of a high or something along those lines. Yeah, this looks like continuation to the downside. Okay, so we just tap daily open. Wow, that's a good reaction off of the daily open. Red stopping volume candle on the 1. Bit of a big stop here at 45. Really, it shouldn't come down this far because this was basically a break below. They just ran the stops in a stop hunt. This would be the range. Taking the wicks. There we go. Maybe they will take it. So I said earlier, the only thing I was really really the only thing I was interested in was longs. Been smacked a couple of times. I'm pretty sure let's see if we can find some balance here. Moving my stop. So we already took this. I don't really want to see them take daily open again. Well, I was doing bad live trading here for a while. And so I quit for about a week or two. This is like my first day back. I'm going to try and do this almost every day. This is just getting nasty. We're just going to sit this one out. See if we can get any legs on it. Are we actually going to get some push up here, NASDAQ, or no? See how it reacts to this previous zone. Seems like we're finding our feet here. Maybe not. Maybe not. We're still waiting. I gotta get some music of some sort back on. I really don't have anything down below to attack. Not even on the 5. No imbalances anyway. We took back this imbalance from London. Yeah, I like this for like a reversal point. Until it decides that it's gonna just break it all. Just kidding. Guess not. Well, I'd been talking to y'all for like the past 10 minutes, and yeah, I had the mic muted. Oops. This is where I need to go back and take a picture of, like here, right? So we had basically 3 hits. 1. Nope. 2. Yeah, we had 3 hits to yesterday's high. And then from there, if we just would have held this first trade that we took, we'd be good. Where's that at on the 15-minute? We are so far from New York VWAP. There will be a play at some point. Let's see, 15-minute, as soon as they left. I think I would have been better off if I would have held this trade eventually. This one would have gotten stopped out. Unless I had it like way above here. Yeah, we had a good 3 hits to the yesterday's high that we could have played off of. That's okay. I'm not great at shorting. Look, we're right back in the psychological ranges. That's crazy. Did not see that coming. So silos down here. We'll probably take silo. Man, are we really gonna... That's crazy. Gonna gap fill this thing. I locked myself out of my top step for the day. I don't want to get like revenge trading kind of energy going. I'm like too close to passing them, so oh well. Thought I had them passed yesterday. Or, well, I thought I was going to pass them today. Guess not. So 15-minute. Yep, there goes that fill. Man, what a sell-off. Where's the bottom of this range, though? Like now I really couldn't even, once they're in the psychological ranges, I'm not interested in taking positions until they've cleaned all of it up. Yeah, 2580. I don't know. The problem, yeah, see, the problem is that they're just flushing. Yeah, let's see what they do here at the silo. I wonder if they want to go fill that gap. What's today though? Tuesday? Yeah, I don't want to get in the middle of this. Right? I never thought that they would take that Monday gap today. We have to lose the psychological low. For basically, it's Asia low from yesterday, Monday. I don't know, on the daily that makes it look really dumpy. I don't know. That looks like that could be a reversal. I can't believe they didn't take psychological low completely. No. 15-second doesn't look done yet. Yeah, I don't like a long from here. I don't really see anything that would have told me to go long either. Yeah, this will be one that I miss. All these imbalances like to get eaten. So I'm sure, I mean, there's a really high chance that this will go all the way back to the VWAP. Oh, man. Maybe it'll reject the Psi high. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, we're looking for, or I'm looking more for like this area. Silo. So close to that gap, you'd think that they would want to fill it. You might as well, while you're down in your NASDAQ, go fill that gap. Just go take it. I'll be right back. I'll be back in maybe about 5 minutes and we'll see what this does from the sci-high. think we're still going to come down here and tackle this. Ideally, actually, yeah, no. Let's do this as a short. Oh, this is moving way too fast. Yeah, see, I got in a short and then it came up, scared me out, and now look at it fall again. What a brat. That's okay. I was trying to multitask. I had somebody talking to me, which was not making my life any easier. So now we have red vector in the 1 minute. I'm still anticipating them to come down. Starting to kind of find a bottom here. Possibly. Yeah, nope. Okay, good. It's really hard to like get in a look and then it just flips. I'm like, I looked away for 10 seconds, checked another monitor. Still waiting. We almost took the silo. How can you reverse and not take the silo? Like, yeah. Keep coming down, NASDAQ. There we go. Fast. Faster! Still watching, still waiting. This is so boring. There we go. Now we have some. There we go. Keep going. And violet on the 1. Come on, push again. Okay, Mr. Market Maker, I'm in. You can come hit my stop loss now. Look, it did. It hit my stop loss. Wow. Thing is it really, you know. Obviously, I guess I don't have to keep a wider stop. Much wider stop. Now the question is are they actually going to continue up from here or not? Because they could say no, and they could be setting all of this up for FOMC tomorrow. Now this could be a setup for tomorrow. Damn. My cat is being a hellion. fast move up for a fast move down. Okay, we just broke silos. That means should be targeting that gap to fill. Okay, so we have some TDI divergence here going. Down here we have a higher than we do here. From here to here. TDI divergence on the 5 and on the 1. See, I really think it's going to keep coming down though. Yep, so looking for yesterday's low. Gap fill to 24.984. No, this is not looking like a good bounce for a while. I think this is all going to be set up for the news tomorrow. So I'm going to hop off of here. Been trading long enough. That is not the reversal. They're gonna rip this back down again. I was very close to yesterday's low, though. Blue 1 minute vector. Okay, well, we might be getting close to the bottom here. So I'm gonna stay on a little bit longer. Okay, I swear I clicked buy, but it's not buying. Oh, there it goes. Wow, that was bad lag. Ooh, wrong one. So remember we had that divergence on the 5-minute. Nice bounce. Can't be mad at that. Break even stop just to protect myself in case I'm wrong once again. It's got to make it back into this psychological range. We might reject off of this. Really, I'd just be targeting the VWAP. VWAP's back to here, so. Right there, we're already sitting at 100 ticks. Waiting for this 15 minute. 15 minutes, it looks like it's wide mouth open to the bottom, overextended. This was our 15-second micro W structure. Notice we're coming back wick for wick on the 1 minute. So we could actually come down again. I want to see them stay in the psychological ranges, but five minutes still looks weak. I think they really want to come fill this gap. It looks like we're going to get stopped out. That's okay. Stopped out in profit is always fine. Waiting to see if they want to come back and fill this gap down here. Yeah, no, I totally agree. That's why I keep watching it. We're so close. They really should fill this gap. Plus, then it would kind of give us this like say they bounce off the gap, right? So it would give us our first leg of this W formation, and then they could actually come down here and just grab a few more and then flip right back up again. The only problem I have with that move is like there's nothing. Oh, this is the 10-second. Let me switch it to the 15 and just see if it looks any different. No, there's not really any vectors on this move down, which you would anticipate that they would. I think they're setting this up today for FOMC tomorrow. It's the only reason, like, I don't know if we'll actually get the retrace back up like I'm thinking that we will. I don't think that they've priced in FOMC already. We already know what FOMC is. All it is the meetings tomorrow. The meeting minutes. So it's nothing new coming out on the market. Okay, so we have a 1 minute. Now we're starting to see the vectors. Let's get that gap filled. Come on, guys. We're so close. Still waiting for this gap to fill. We're almost there. So close. Okay, so there's yesterday's low being taken. Nope, come on. You gotta fill the gap, man. Ugh! Cannot tell me that that was it. Fill the gap so I can take it off my chart. Really? That's dirty. That's dirty. Oh, it would have been a fantastic day. But I'm always long biased. So I have a hard time holding shorts for very long. I think we had a really good read on it this morning. That third tap to the yesterday's high was like the, hey guys, yeah, we're definitely not going up. That is not the gap fill. Come on. Really? Okay, actually I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Why not? But I have to put the stop all the way down here below the gap. And yeah, I'm going straight to break even. Just because of this gap. Oh, look, it moved it there. Finally. Yeah, okay, so it got taken out. That's fine. So laggy. So laggy. Let's see if we can actually take this gap. I mean, they're making it look like that there's buyers down here, but... I think that's the gap filled. Wow, thanks, NASDAQ. This lag is gonna kill me. Okay, now the gap is filled. And we have a violet on the 15-second. Come on, let me get rid of this gap. Look at that. Filled the gap with a 15-second violet vector. And came right back down again. Maybe. I was about to go to break even stop too, but yeah, I'm not gonna say I always have like a long bias. It's more like I find if I only say I'm only looking for longs or I'm only looking for shorts that day, I do better if I stick with one side of the trade. When I start looking for that second side, like say I'm trying to long it and short it, I usually start flip-flopping too much and I get too many stops when my original direction is correct. So eventually what I do is if I hit enough break-evens, say I'm only longing, and I hit enough break-evens, eventually one of those aren't going to be break-even and it'll take off. So... that's really the only reason I say, like, I'm better at longs than shorts. I just see the longs better. What? I've had, like, 1,000 trades today that were all break even. Or break even with, like, just barely plus anything. Oh yeah, look how fast that is. Yeah, they're just going to continue selling. TDIs continue to come down as well on the 5. We don't have any kind of like setup here on the 5 either to even be taking along. Really depends if they decide to hold this yesterday low area. Now that we filled the gap, I can take it off my chart. Yes, remove. Hoorah! No more gap to fill. I don't know why that makes me feel better. I guess because it's not sitting there anymore. Oh, man. Just trying to get an entry at yesterday's low. Probably should have market ordered in that thing. So I've been trying, I need to watch Asian session is what I need to do. Because Asia really likes to set up for the overnight. Let me get out of this scalp and then I'll go look at Asian. Asia really didn't do what I thought it would last night though. We had like a hard sell, 2 violet vectors here on the 5, which is what I was actually watching. Come back to that trade later. So I actually thought that this was going to be like the bottom for the evening. We had 1 push, 2 push, and then I thought wrong. I thought that this was actually going to continue higher back into these, but it just had it at this 3rd push. It was a really short push. I don't know what the stopping volume candle is. Oh look, we're up a little bit again. Take profit. There is a violet vector at the daily open. I don't think we'll actually get back to the daily open. I'll probably trade okay, so since we have FOMC tomorrow, I don't think Asia is going to do much tonight. Have you ever noticed, like, right before big news, they kind of just go sideways? So I don't think that they'll really be doing anything off Asia tonight. I want to see if we're going to retest the Psi low again. Seems like every time they print these green vectors, though. I mean, yeah, now we have volume pushing out, but like these greens always get taken back. Green, another green got taken back right away. Makes me nervous. Seeing them there on the 15. No wick to the downside on the 1 either. That looks nice. Only problem I have is that this is green and blue vectors on the 15-second into the psychological low. 1 minute coming back up to the 50. Let's see what they actually do with this here. Up to the 200. Can we take this all the way back to the VWAP? That's the question, instead of there. And this is also a pivot point, so can we get it to push back? Oh, we got plenty of time. Let's see what we're when you get a chance, can you explain how I would trade Monday 7 a.m. all-time highs for a position to the upside and one to the downside? Let's see. Monday. Let me just go ahead and put a break-even stop here in real quick. Just so I can look away. So we're looking for Monday. Monday. Let's see, and you're saying 7 a.m. 7 a.m. is going to be... Talking about London. Let me take this off real quick. Are you talking about this box right here? This time? Is that what you're looking for, Leo? Is that the right time before it took all-time highs. Okay, they're selling off again. Off the 200. This is all building to go higher, so an inverted head and shoulders. So we rejected the 50 on the one. Yeah, I should have gotten out at these wick rejections. Right here on the one. If I was gonna scalp it just for a quick one. That's okay. Okay. Monday, London, this box right here. Come on, I drew a box around it. Let me go back and find it. Oh, I was like, where did my trade go? Couldn't find it. Yeah, it's okay. Let's see, so London. So I know we're gonna talk about this one in a second, but here on London Open, you had Asian high. They failed to come back into Asian high. They had red vectors pushing it down, pushing it down, pushing it down. Right here solidified the longs. This was probably a really quick move to the downside. But you had this red vector, green vector, almost engulfing, right? So you could have gone long really anywhere in here and just set your stop below and let it ride. As soon as they retested Asian high, came down, and then once that happened, they basically just rode the 50 on the 1 minute the whole way. And what you could have done, and as long as it didn't break, let's see, we had one test of the 200, that was it. This obviously kept going up. But as it rode the EMAs up, sorry, where'd my trade go? Yeah, whatever. And then you had, this was a stop hunt to the upside, right? So this is gonna be a lot harder to, I usually would not short all-time highs. It's just, they're usually a failure. Like 90% of the time they don't work out because they always want to go just a little bit higher. All these wicks upside was your indication on the 1 minute time frame that something was changing. It was running out of gas basically to go to the upside. You also had blue vectors and violet vectors at the highs, so you could have taken a short. I don't know what it looked like on the 5 minute. Hang on, so if that's the one, let me come back here and find the 5. Let me turn on my crosshair real quick, just that way I can find it. There we go. Yep, so you had a stopping volume green vector on the 5-minute time frame. Along with on the 1 minute, you had blues and violets at the highs. So you could have taken a, on the close of this 5-minute candle, you could have taken a short, but your stop would have had to been above the previous high. And there's a lot of times that those, those are continuation to the upside. Like during New York, you'll see it print these 2 candles and then it'll just continue up. So definitely harder to take a short. But I would have been looking for this. So you have an up, you have an up direction, right? So then as it comes down, you have 2 matching wicks almost to the 50 EMA. And on the 1 minute, you know, they were you had 2 red vectors to the low. So basically they came down to the 200 on the 1 minute and found support. The 50 on the 5 was just a like 4 points lower. Yeah, this one would have been tricky because they could have stopped you out on the 1. I probably would have gotten stopped out, but I probably would have gotten back in at the same time because they did print. So you had these vectors right here. They basically just made a W off the 200. So that would have given me the long into New York. Right, so stopping volume. First push. Yeah, so you would think that this would have been a continuation, especially because of the time of day. Yeah, I don't know if I would have had the balls to hold a short this far. But yeah, try to come back to VWAP. This is basically your retrace. Well, Tino's the one that taught me. But, you know, it's mainly just kind of, I would say it's more watching the market and how it typically behaves more than anything. So like you really have to get the time to sit and stare at this crap and just see it over and over and over. That's the best way I can explain it. Like, so if I hadn't seen, so say I came into the market, right? And they've already done all this to the upside and I'm only looking for a short because I'm like, man, it's going to come down. I think for me, the closest thing would be the fact that we have a blue and a green hanging out here, right? So I would have gone short here. This would have been where I wanted to go short. My stop would have had to been above this candle here. And then when this one opened, notice it had hardly any. Zoom in. Notice how there's just like a tiny little, tiny wick there. That's enough for me to say, okay, there's no buyers. And then it, you know, came back down. Also, for a short, I find this a lot too. When you get, so see how the candles are off the EMAs on the 5? When they get pushed that far away and you get green vectors pushing up, it's almost always going to come back down and take these imbalances out. So you would have been aiming just to take back this blue vector on the 5. Anything past that would be bonus. And obviously then they continued up. And that's why you always have to check multiple time frames. But these double wicks, all they were doing was trying to come back and pick up orders off London session VWAP and the 50. That actually would have been a good trade. And then, I mean, you know, say you're hard-headed like me, you would have gotten out here, which would have kind of sucked. But just figure when they have one spike, you're always looking for a second spike. Kind of like New York. I thought New York yesterday. I thought we were going to take out the second leg before we came back down, but they never did wick it. But they came back to it later. So. Okay, this one was my 1 minute. I don't really use the TDI. My husband loves the TDI. So I'm always watching it just to kind of see what it's doing. Oh yeah. Just coming right back down, aren't you, Nazi? No, I'm gonna get stopped. That's okay. See what they do with yesterday's low. Still no vectors on the 1 here at the lows. We have them on the 15 second. Violet, red, blue. We've been selling. I would be really curious if this actually sets up for a long position or not. Oh, let me move this back to the 5 minute. I guess something wasn't looking right. We have one push. Is this all one push though? I don't know. We have nothing to go off of on the 5 or the 1. Would have expected them to wick yesterday's low again. But you know what it is? They went to 25,000. That's what they did. Oh, I don't like that stop, but that's where my stop has to be for now. No real vectors coming out of here, so that either means that there's no volume, which that means that this is a bad trade. Oh yeah, that one's just nasty. That was dumb. Again, I had no vectors on the 5, no vectors on the 1. Yeah, no, that was just me being an idiot. This is me getting tired. Yeah, my husband actually was the one that got me into trading. It was all him. Oh look, I closed my trade so I can go back up. I'm gonna hate where my stop has to go on this, but I really do need to let this move. We've got 1 push, 2 push. This was our W basically. Came back down. This is our second leg. Failed to take yesterday's low. Bounced off that 25,000 basically. Now we have our first green vector, so that is some volume coming into the market. It is also halfway through lunch hour. If we stay down here and we just chop, then they're just going to hold price all the way through Asia and London. And then do something ridiculously stupid for New York. Back to the 50. See if we're going to reject this or go back up. We've already tried the silo twice and rejected, so I'm not real sure if we're actually going to get that move up. If this one holds, then I'll be looking for, oh, here's the VWAP. There we go. And actually, I'll probably just aim for this shoulder. Yeah, my husband's gotten a lot better trading just recently. about the same time that I started making these videos, actually. So I think it helps him a lot to be able to watch me trade and kind of watch the psychology behind what I'm thinking, and then it lets him kind of look and see what he's thinking at the same time. But we trade very differently at the, like, he's a lot quicker to take profit than I am. Okay, so now we have a green vector through the silo. This is good. We're up like 124 ticks, 3 contracts. So now the only thing is they have to hold this. So this would be like that first green vector through the 50 EMA. Oh, close enough to the 50 EMA. For Tino, he likes to use it on Bitcoin a lot, but it's usually the first, I think it's the 5-minute green vector through the 50 EMA. Have you ever heard that one, Leo? What I really want to do is start doing some crypto on the weekends. But that just sounds degenerate. Like, sure. Let's trade futures during the week and then just switch over to Bitcoin on the weekends. Let's see if we're gonna lose this yet again. Oh, let's see if they break the 50 on the one, then I'll have to close it out. I guess just in case I'm too slow. They break the 50 on the 1 minute, then I'm out. That's my rule. Plus, that's like 50% of the profit on this move. Sometimes these greens are like another leg down, so if it fails here, then I'm not looking for another long, and I'll probably just get out for the day. And there it goes. Well, I think I'm off for the day. I'm gonna go rest my voice. Been talking a lot today. Yeah. I find I get lazy, and so I don't take profit. Not really ideal. I think I need to get back onto yeah, 5-minute green candle above the EMA, just for shits and giggles. I'm tired of looking at this right now. I'm gonna go back and look at, there's ETH. I want Bitcoin though. I don't know. Do you think the future, I don't know if the futures markets is actually gonna have this one. Let me look up BTC, Bitstamp, Coinbase, Binance, Spot Crypto. Right, I could do a 24-hour session on crypto. My husband would kill me. I was like, look, we can go out at night. I'll just let the trades run. Man, Bitcoin really pulled back. Okay. Oh, Bitcoin's almost so much cleaner than NASDAQ today, though. Look, they just like rejected right off of last week's high. 50% of the vector taken back, drop. Continue dropping. We're below the silo. Ugh, this is looking like so juicy. What a sell-off, man. I wonder, let me do a replay. I'm gonna go to here. Okay, so if we, I just want to see what happens. So let's just like, oh no. I don't know if it's gonna let me do this. We're gonna try this. I want to try selling 3. Okay, so it's gonna let me sell 3 here on the 5-minute time frame, right? Replay speed. Okay, I just want to go 1 shift. Okay, so New York Brinks opens. We had a stop hunt, green vectors to the upside, stopping volume red candle, showing manipulation. Let's just see. So if we take it back to, oh, the silo would be three contracts on the silo. We know it at least goes to there. That's so nice. Look at that. Sell, 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 sell! Pozo makes money! Almost. Oh, there it went. That's nice. Man, that's crazy. No, you can't do the futures on the weekend. But you can do... You could, like, trade a Bitcoin on leverage. I don't know where I'd be able to do that at yet, though. Look at NASDAQ. Ugh. Coming back up like a champ. Stopped me out just to go back up. Sounds about right. Oh well. Look, it held the 50. I should have just not had my stop there. I should have just watched it and waited for the behavior, because all it did was come down a wick, held the 50, and continued. Alrighty, well, I'm hopping off. I am tired. If I decide to trade Asia or something like that, I'll get back on, but I probably won't trade Asia tonight because of FOMC. I do have a link to the Discord down below. So if you're not in there or you are, either way, what I might do is I might put some screenshots up if it starts moving, kind of like what I'm looking for and whatnot. Yeah, that's a beautiful W off of yesterday low. That's beautiful. We should get a continuation back to the VWAP. Maybe higher, but I would just be targeting back to the VWAP. Really the Psi high. We've got a red vector on the 1 at the Psi high that needs to get eaten. Okay, Leo. Yeah, and if you have any questions or like you want me to look at something like you did today, I can break it down a lot easier. If you ask me in the chat on Discord. Yeah, that 5-minute vector. So nice. Alrighty, I will holler at y'all later if I can figure out how to